What a wild start to the Wednesday. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. Like I said yesterday, I held back from shorting Intel and I don't carry my positions overnight, but thankfully I didn't short it yesterday, and I definitely am not shorting it today. It ran up to highs of 10% in today's live trading session with my LPP team. We saw Intel run up to highs of $48.79. Again, if you ever want to tune on into our live trading session, it's the second link in the description down below. Make sure you save that link. With that being said, Intel is running, and there really isn't a reason. I mean, it aggressively sold off shortly after reporting earnings. It bottomed, it found support. Again, it's been an incredibly bullish stock pretty much all of 2025. Anytime that it sells off, it tries to quickly recover, but the fundamentals are way off. Literally one of the most expensive stocks that you can buy on Wall Street right now. If you look at Intel, the reason that it's justified or somewhat justified is because now the Trump administration, or I guess maybe the US government, owns like 10% of it now. But if we look at Intel, did I type this one in correctly? Oh, now it's even worse. Oh, because now it got updated. It has a negative 821.9 times their earnings. So it's a company that is valued at 240. What was it? Yeah, $240 billion in market cap, but $26 million in revenue and net income. My apologies. Again, you be my guest. I think in the short term, yes, it has hype. It has momentum, especially with everything that's going on right now. There's very irrational stocks that are doing well. Cool. When fundamentals matter long term, I don't believe Intel will actually do well. That's just my opinion. That's just my 2 cents. It really doesn't matter. But I just want to share with you why I'm choosing to stay away from it, because again, today is a very volatile day. Today, the big news is we have the FOMC rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and at 2:30 p.m., the FOMC press conference. I do plan to live stream it. You guys killed it in today's earlier video, and I really do appreciate it. Or in yesterday's late video, where I asked you if you wanted me to go live, just subscribe to the channel and drop a thumbs up. I asked for 500 likes. You guys gave me 1.2K. So again, today at 2 p.m. Eastern time, probably 10 minutes before, I will be hosting a free live session on my YouTube so we can watch the market react to the FOMC rate decision. What's the expectation? Again, you guys all have access to this. According to investing.com, the Fed rate monitor tool, in about 4 hours, less than 4 hours now, 3 hours and 24 minutes, there's a 95.4% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to pause. Again, that's not bullish for the market, yet markets, S&P 500 hit new all-time highs today. With that being said, also there is a 4.6% probability that the Federal Reserve is going to cut interest rates. It's almost certain that they're going to pause. What I really want to understand is 30 minutes after, in that press conference, is he going to be asked questions about the criminal investigation that is being done on him by the Trump administration and how he feels about it? Is he willing to just cut rates more aggressively for 2026? Or is he going to stand his ground and push back? If he pushes back, get ready for markets to drop, right? Because again, markets originally sold off when Trump sparked this investigation against Jerome Powell, because it truly does mess with the integrity and the independence of the Federal Reserve. I don't think enough people understand the severity behind that. It would literally cause markets to fully just shift, and not in a positive way. So 95% probability for a rate pause. That is what we're looking at for. And then after the markets close, we have Microsoft, Meta, and Tesla reporting earnings. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but pre-market, we had Starbucks report earnings. And I have it for you guys right here. Starbucks did miss its earnings per share, but its revenue and its guidance was better than what was expected. And because of that, Starbucks actually pushed higher. At one point, it was trading at highs of 105, almost 106. And if you look at the larger time frames, that was a very impressive push, because based off of previous all-time highs of 115, we got relatively pretty close. Remember, Starbucks recently downturned to lows of $75. We made numerous videos, or maybe 2 videos, when it was trading at $80 per share, where again, it wasn't a home run of an investment, but from $80, knowing that it could potentially return back to previous highs of around 110 to 115, I found it to be attractive enough. So yeah, it is a small win, nothing crazy. Is there more upside? We'll find out, right? the position that I purchased on my long-term account right around $80 per share is not a position that we plan to sell anytime soon. And I wouldn't be surprised, although we are upticking today, it can definitely correct back down to $80 per share. So again, if when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out and take profits if that's what you see to be fit. I do want to talk about, again, a lot of speculative stocks are running right now and they're looking incredibly strong and bullish for no reason, right? Intel. CoreWeave did have a reason, but it crashed pretty hard today after numerous days of pumping up because of that NVIDIA news of the $2 billion investment. Today, from highs of 114.50 to lows of 107, it sold off 6%. The reason I highlight this is please be my guest. Invest and trade in anything it is that you see value in. But just know in days like today, especially if you are a beginner, you're going to want to be selective. And there could be quick changes of direction where you don't want to be leveraged. You shouldn't be afraid to take advantage of an opportunity. If it's a trade or an investment, be my guest, but don't do it with leverage. And if the trade setup really doesn't meet your criteria, then maybe today is a day where you choose to be a little bit more selective, respecting the volatility that's bound to present itself. Again, I'll see you in just a few hours for the FOMC rate decision. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. But again, all I ask you to do is subscribe to the channel, drop a thumbs up on this video, and make sure you turn on your post notifications so YouTube notifies you when it is that I go live. Again, I'll see you in a few hours. Take care, team.